my next upload and my final upload for today is with regard to the issue of financial abuse in the midst of all of these offences that I'm experiencing. Um, this is the issue that I'm also confronted with, and the matter being pertinent to a collective set of beliefs and principles that they are applying to circumstances that defy a declaration and a constitution and a royal ancestral identity. So basically, I'm just going to try and explain this as easily as possible. But the matter is that there seems to be a differing comprehension regarding matters that have occurred and the offences that I've experienced. The issue of financial abuse, theft, and exploitation isn't pleasant to be discussing, but it's a simple fact of the matter that since 2006, when there was a collective, the same collective, relatively much so, that publicised incidents that were offensive to my bodily integrity. Since they publicised such events, there was economic, professional, and reputational losses. I chose the path of recovery and I moved on from that experience, and the culprits resurfaced again and caused further damages, harms, and losses. What I'm concerned about is that they don't seem to have the understanding of the light, sacred light that they have damaged from my body, assessed and evaluated correctly. The practices of these individuals haven't exactly been above board, and there have been bad foundations and bad groundwork to their assault of my royal sacred identity and purpose. So the value and damages of sacred gifts, light, and blessings from my body and their monetary gains from such is only one perspective. There's also been the professional losses that have been caused due to people obstructing my success and my progress, simply to serve the egos of those trying to override my work and my profession and my spiritual identity, as they have been doing for the past 15 years. So there's the value of sacred gifts, light, and blessings that have not been evaluated. There's been the issue of economic loss since their last offence in 2006 and defamation of my character, and the intentional professional damages that they caused. So from those two perspectives and standpoints, that's quite an inestimable amount of financial abuse, theft, and exploitation. There's also the issue of the medical negligence I've experienced, the bodily integrity damages, and also the other issues of their trespassing onto my marital property, which is also quite precious. So there's a lot of debts owed, and there's been a lot of financial fraud, and there's been a lot of financial abuse. And whatever codes of behaviour the offenders are working with, the simple fact of the matter is that their negotiating skills and their communicative skills and their contractual understandings on very false precepts and conditions are not actually substantiated or solidified by constitutional or humanitarian law. So the individuals that have owings to me since 2006 and most recently since 2017 are all issues of the debts that I'm owed and the financial abuse that is being perpetrated. So my sacred light isn't for bargaining or selling or buying. My body wasn't a consented product for anyone to violate in any means or manner, and my health is invaluable. as is my bloodline. So I'd appreciate the relevant departments of the Honourable Government of Ireland understanding the financial standpoint of this qualified educator that is owed inestimably due to financial theft and fraud that has been occurring in my hometown since 2006. And those that owe debts for defamation of my good name, that is another issue. So the obstruction of justice is understandable. The debts I'm owed are huge, and I'd appreciate the Department of Justice respecting the judiciary and the legal system that safeguards law-abiding citizens such as myself. I've worked for nearly 20 years and I'm experiencing the medical negligence issue now, and people withholding wealth that doesn't belong to them and not paying their debts, and causing financial abuse, theft, and exploitation, and stealing property are offences against the state, and they're not negotiable issues. So those matters, as mentioned in my impact statement, are also matters that I would also appreciate addressed as promptly as possible. Health is wealth, and some things are just not for sale. So those that have damaged my body, the debt is inestimable, and I hope the Department of Finance is aware also of how pertinent my personal experiences are with regard to the bigger picture of recent events.